Yo, man, what is the dealio? Listen, you already know what time it is. Today I got another banger for you, all right? Today's video, I want to talk about Friday trading rules, zero data expirations, all right? And then also how we smacked HIMS for 27% today, all right? Now, we've been smacking HIMS all week this week, all right? Up and down, but we're going to talk about how we hit HIMS for 27%. All right, now let me say this real quick. If you're watching this, be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. All right, I appreciate everybody tapping in, staying consistent. I want to be consistent for you guys so I can help you guys change your life. All right, so I want to say nothing that I say in these videos is financial advice. All right, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do know how to trade in the charts. All right, so if you want to listen to what I'm saying, then feel free. Okay, now with that being said, in this video, 27% on HIMS and rules. All right, so on Fridays, I like to go light on my size on Fridays, right? So that way I'm not giving my profits back to the market. But also the reason is because when I trade zero data expirations, my returns are bigger and faster, right? So if I wanted to get a 10% return on the trade, I don't have to get as big of a move as I may need on a Tuesday, right? On Tuesday, I may need a stock to move, let's say 45 cents to get 10%, right? Or 30 cents to get 10%, depending on the stock. But on Friday, if I'm using zero data expiration, I may only need the stock to move 19 to 24 cents to get that same 10%. Right? So I don't want to try to size heavy on Friday, because the same way you can make a lot of money in your trading on Fridays with zero data expirations, you could also lose a lot of money, right? So I want to have that little balance, okay? So I traded HIMS 2 times today. Now I'm gonna tell you guys where my exit was at, because that is the key right there, okay? When you're getting into trades, you want to know where you would get out at. If the play is going your way, if the play goes your way, what's going to be your exit point? Where's going to be your take profit? All right? So we're going to go through all of that. But I want to ensure that you understand that on Fridays, I size lighter, okay? So if I'm averaging, let's say throughout the week, my position size is $2,500, $2,000 in a trade. My position size on Friday may only be $500 to $1,200, right? And I can still get very nice returns, percentage returns on my money on Friday with a lower amount of position size, okay? So I know everybody say you can make a lot of money on Friday, but you also got to protect your potential downside, right? So that way on Friday, you can take your profits and you can go buy some shares, all right, and build your wealth that way. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna go into the charts and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how we smack him for 27%, all right? So let's get it. So, as you can see right here, we got HIMS, all right? Now, I've been liking them. So let's go back to Wednesday, all right? Wednesday, they went crazy, rejected crazy, and then came right back down, right? On Thursday, they had a little double bottom, came up, but nothing too crazy. It was just a lot of consolidation, right? Then today, had a strong move up, had a little bull flag right there, broke above the orb, and then boom, all right? So this red and this green line is my orb, okay? That is the range for the 15-minute candle right there, right? So keep that in mind. So this is the top range, this is the bottom range right here. So I saw HIMS, they was in a bull flag, all right? So I was in a trade, I got up a trade, and I saw them about right here. They had broke out of a bull flag right here, and then they came up, right? So then I was looking at them, and I got into a different trade, and then I saw this happening. And I said, if we close and this candle looks like a tweezer, then I will take an entry, right? So this candle ended up closing, right? And then I ended up taking an entry into this trade, and I took an entry at the top of this candle right here. All right. At the top of that candle right there. That was an entry. Boom, right? Now, where should my exit or my take profit be? Okay, so look. So because this is a top orb range right here, my take profit would be right here, but it also coincides with this 9 EMA right here, right? So got in, it was hovering, took a little dip, came back up, and then it started to dip, and then right here, all right? So it showed about 19%, but I got filled right here at, it was like 16%, right? No, it was like 15%. So I took an exit right there, all right? So I took an exit right there, okay? Now, and then I was out, right? And then what happened was this candle opened up above the orb. So I was like, okay, I don't think I'm trade it anymore. It could potentially come down to this 21 EMA right here, but ain't no telling. But I saw that we had strong selling pressure, right? It was real heavy. And if you look at the 30-minute, it was right here, right? So we had broke below this VWAP right here on the 30-minute. See what I'm saying? And on the 15 as well. So when we broke below the VWAP and it was under this orb right here, I was like, man, I'm gonna take this again, right? I'm gonna take this again. So what I did was I waited until it was here, and then it was under the VWAP and it was under the orb, and I got in right under it. Okay, it had momentum, and then I took that second entry. All right, took that second entry, and then I wrote it down. Came down, and as you can see on the 30-minute, this was a wick. Came down to that 200 EMA right there, but I actually ended up getting out about right here. Okay, about right there. Okay, and if you look on the 15-minute, it was like right before the 21 EMA right here, right? And it came down a little bit lower, but I was fine with that because it wicked off, right? So that was my exit number 2, all right? And that one was like 12, 13%. It showed a little bit higher percentage, but when I got filled, it was like 12.5%, all right? And that was it. So I got like, first one was like 15.6%, something like that. And then second one was like 12.5%. All right. So I got this move right here. This candle right here was my confirmation that it was reversing. All right. So this candle right here on the 15-minute, and you could look at the 30-minute, right? That candle right there, that was my confirmation candle. All right. That is what let me know that it's time for me to enter into the trade. All right. That's what let me know it was time for me to enter into the trade after. Because if you get in before this candle closes, it could have wicked up and it could have went to the upside. Right? So that's a little bit more risky. So you could enter in there, but it's more risky. Entering right here, you get out right there, because it could have bounced right here and then it could have came to the upside, right? So that top orb is a level that I like to get out of trades at on a rejection, or that 9 EMA right there is a level that I like to get out at as well. All right, if it breaks below there, then it's going to be coming lower, right? But these two trades happen pretty quickly, and then we caught 27% on this move right here, and that's it, folks, right? Simple as that. Now, like I always say, where you going to get a 27% return at in less than 30 minutes? Just answer that for me. Where you going to get a 27% return at? You not, all right? So that's why trading is so powerful. When you learn how to get 20%, 30%, 80%, 90%, 10% consistently, you start to build up your portfolio and you can start buying a lot of shares at a lot faster, rapid rate. All right. So I hope that made sense for you guys. I hope that you take time this weekend to study, do what you do. Come back next week. We got a full week next week, and we're gonna go crazy this week. All right. We are going to go absolutely crazy next week. It's gonna be a crazy week. It's gonna be a volatile week. All right. So like I always say, make sure you get up out of your head and go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also remember, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. Peace.